Hello all. Today we are going to discuss about the stuffing of goods. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about the stuffing. So first of all, let's try to understand what does it mean by stuffing. Okay. So stuffing means, say for example, this is what your container is look like hypothetically. Okay. So putting goods, okay, or transferring your goods, that is packed goods, okay, well packed, well packaged goods into a container is known as stuffing. Okay, so once you load all the goods into container, then finally putting a seal, that means getting a permission, final getting a permission, okay, is known as the stuffing procedure. Okay, so where you can stuff your goods into a container, this is what the ultimate question is. So that is what we are going to understand today, that what are the ways available to stuff the goods inside the containers. Okay, so first and foremost thing, the first option available over here is known as factory stuffing. Okay, so you can stuff your goods at your factory. So this is what factory stuffing is. Second option available is ICD stuffing. Okay, so you can stuff the goods at ICD. Third one is CFS stuffing, and the fourth one is at port, that is dock stuffing. Okay, so these are the different ways that by which you can stuff your goods into the container, and you can seal your containers over there. So one by one, what we can do is we'll try to understand what is factory stuffing, what is ICD stuffing, and what is CFS stuffing, and then dock stuffing. But before that, let's try to understand what is actually ICD is. So ICD is known as inland, okay, container depot. Okay, this is what inland container depot. Say for example, let's take hypothetical example of this is what, say for example, a geographical boundary. So this is a coastal line. So it might possible those who are residing in this region, they may have advantage of using this seaport. But unfortunately, those who are residing over here, say for example, this upper part, okay? So what happens is they need to come through this port either by road or by rail. So that directly or indirectly increase their transportation cost. What increase? They increase their transportation cost. Okay. One more thing is this is what, say for example, a port. Okay. So they need to travel from this place to this place either by road or rail, and then again this at this place, if say for example at this point, if government, say for example, custom is doing physical examination or a verification of a document, that means physical and a verification of a document, then it might possible at this port there will be a heavy traffic. Okay, so it might possible there will be a delay in the procedures. So ultimately, what happened is government thought that okay, better if we can make certain facility for those who are like hinterland or landlocked states. For them, what they come up with that better we cannot move the entire port, or we cannot develop a seaport, or okay, we can develop an airport, but developing a seaport is very difficult. So what they decided that better we develop area where we can complete all the formalities that we are going to complete, or that we generally did at seaport. So what they did is they decided that we will identify an area where maximum export is coming from. So they have identified geographical area, and they decided that we will complete all the export formality, that is custom related formalities, to that area as well. Okay, so what they are doing is they have identified certain areas where they think that will get maximum export containers, export containers. Okay, so they have identified the areas, and they have observed that okay, these are the places where we will get the maximum containers. So they deploy the custom department, they deploy the other departments who are helping in these development of the trade activities. Okay, so they deploy these different government officials over there, and they are performing the same duty that they are performing at the seaport. Okay, so now in the particular identified geographical area, they are allowed to check all the vessels, they are allowed to file the shipping bills, they are allowed to give the permission for the export, they are allowed to even declare the container is ready for export. That means they are allowed to even issue let ship order, let export order as well. Okay, so this is the place where there will be a no sea or no water till this port is performing all the activities that seaport is performing. That is why this port is known as, the ICD is also known as dry port. Okay, so this is the reason why ICD is also known as dry port. Okay, so now at a dry port you can complete all the custom related formalities. Okay, so this is what ICD is. Second one is CFS, which is known as container freight station. Generally it is located near to the major seaports, and the difference between ICD and CFS is, in general terms, is that you will find maximum containers over there because it is just near to the seaport, as well as this is the place where repairing and the other maintenance related works is being carried out by the owners of these containers. Okay, empty containers. So this is what CFS is. So let's hypothetically draw a situation and try to understand what is actually this export cycle is. So say for example, this is what the exporter is. Okay, so say for example, here let's assume that here is the exporter. Okay, so he's located somewhere in the say for example in Vadodara. Okay, now he decided that he will send these goods to someone who is sitting in, say for example, Germany. Okay, so this is what the ultimate destination where he or she needs to send the goods. Now, exporter, and say for example, hypothetically, this is what the port from which he dispatched his goods. So this is the another port. So we'll not discuss about this. What we are going to discuss over here is this portion, up to this portion only. So we'll try to understand the basic hierarchy or basic line of actions till this port. Okay, so for hypothetically, let's assume this is what Mundra port is. So now exporter needs to send the goods to Germany. So for that matter, he needs to he needs to ship his goods from this factory. Okay, so say for example, this is what ICD is, a nearby ICD, which is known as Dashrath, say for example, and here is CFS. Okay, and this is what the port is. So ultimately what happens is, if we talk about factory stuffing is, there will be a conditions that for stuffing you require an empty container. This is what the first empty container. You require empty container, and it is assumed that you have you have a self stuffing permission. Okay, self stuff permissions. So you are going to do this. Okay, now what happens is, if you decided that we will do for factory stuffing, this is just one normal example. If you decide the factory stuffing, then you require the empty containers. So empty containers can be available to nearby places, and that is ICD. So what you will do is, your empty truck will move to ICD, collect the empty containers, and get back to your factory places. This is step 1. This is step 2. Okay, clear. Now you have received the empty containers. Now you stuff all the goods. Now you stuff all the goods into the container. Okay, this is what step number 3 is. And being a self stuffing and self declaration, based on that, you declare that everything is okay, and you complete all the formalities with the help of CHA. Everything is okay, and you put up this everything. Now this is what 3. If you require any presence of any custom kind of thing, you can invite them over here, and then you can move towards this. Okay, so this is step number 4. This is what factory stuffing is. So you require empty containers, so you purchase or you took it from the ICD, nearby ICD. Okay, this is, and then you stuff all the goods, that is factory stuffing, and then move towards the Mundra port. Okay, now here, either you will use a road or rail. Okay, this is what the actually thing is. Now suppose if you are using, say for example, the ICD stuffing. So what you need to do is, from factory, this is what your factory is. Okay, this is what your factory is. So here is the factory. Okay, what you will do is, from factory, in a normal truck, you bring all your goods to ICD. So initially you unload the, unloading would be the first step at ICD. Okay, once you unload all the goods, you bring the empty containers, that is step number 2. Okay, empty containers. And then step number 3 is loading goods into the containers. And fourth one is getting a permission. So everything as far as custom is concerned. Okay, this is what the fourth step is. Once you complete this formality, this ICD is having an added advantage. They will provide you a railway facility. Okay, so by rail, it enters to the Mundra port. Now nobody will check because everything, say for example, to getting LEO is also done over ICD. This is procedure number 2. Suppose you decided that we will do the stuffing from stuffing at CFS. Okay, so what you need to do is you will bring your goods. You will bring your goods. Yes. You will bring all these goods. Okay, from factory to CFS, either by a truck or any other way. Okay, then you unload the truck. This is unloading. Okay, then again empty containers. You will make arrangements of empty containers. You will load the goods into the containers and complete the custom formalities, and then your containers will enter into the port. Okay, this is step number 3. This is what the CFS stuffing is. Now the last stuffing, that is known as the dock stuffing. So what you will going to do in this factory stuffing is you will bring your goods. You will bring your goods. Okay, to the port. Okay, then so this is step number 1. Step number 2, unloading. Step number 3 is arranging the empty containers. Step number 4 is loading and complete the export formalities, and then that enters into the onboard. So this is what onboard is. Now, in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is, if you use a factory stuffing, okay, if you use a factory stuffing, that means what you will do is you will bring the empty containers first. Okay, your workers, your own workers will load the goods, and you get the permission from customs. Okay, this is what this step is. The advantage of using factory stuffing is that by cost, it might possible that you will feel that, okay, this is bringing containers to their factory is little bit costly. But just assume that your own worker are responsible for loading the goods. So for example, if your product is required, handle with care, required care while loading, it might possible that in that case, better you spend few bucks in bringing the containers to your factory, because your product is requires a special care in stuffing the while stuffing in the containers. Okay, so this is what the advantage over here is. The third thing is that in presence of you, it might get stuff into the container. So you can have satisfaction that, okay, now everything is okay, packing is okay, packaging is okay, and you get at least second chance to verify. So this is what the factory stuffing advantage over here, but it is very little bit costly than the other. The other thing is ICD stuffing. So the best advantage of in ICD stuffing is that it might possible that you need to take care of the loading and unloading costing. If your good is a little bit heavy in terms of weight, as far as, because it requires cranes to load and it requires cranes to unload the stuff. Okay, but that is okay. At ICD, you will get all the permission, so it might possible that no need to visit any seaport which is 400 kilometers far away from your places. So better you will complete all the custom related formalities over ICD, and ICD is somewhat near, say for example 90 or maximum 10-15 kilometers away from your factory. So better to visit that ICD and complete all the formalities of export. So you, by that way, you can save your lot of money into that. Second thing, if you face any difficulty during while stuffing the goods, it might possible that for you, you can manage the situation. Okay, 10-15 kilometers is not far away. So if you need to replace any product, you can even replace it very well. As well as you can bring your labels to that ICD as well, and they can also manage. Okay, so the added advantage, second added advantage is that ICD is giving you the railway facility. That means your transportation cost would be little bit less. So from my point of view, if your goods are not fragile, if your goods are not require special care, and if your goods are not say for example perishable, then better use ICD. Same way CFS, you need to bring your goods to the CFS, unload karo usko, then load karo usko, and here the CFS is somewhere far from your factory spaces, so you cannot bring your labor. So here the risk is very high that you need to depend on the other person, who it might possible that he or she may not have that much skills to handle your product. So in that case, when your product is very delicate, please be careful. And the fourth one is dog stuffing. Again, this is same as the factory stuffing. You need to bring your why I'm saying factory stuffing, because you need to bring all your goods to the factory. Here you will find all the supporting materials, say for example heavy cranes, packaging material. Okay, so here also you will get all the support, technical support, and the physical infrastructure. But the problem is that again you need to rely on the labors which are not under your control. So this is what the one of the worst thing of this dog stuffing. Okay, so this is what from the stuffing side. Okay.